signed up for the Super League for next year, and it involves the bird, etc. Yeah. Well, they came out of the meeting straight into an interview, Dave Woods on Radio 5 and Morris Lawson. So on a glorious afternoon here at Naughton Park, it looks like it'll be the Ireland students to get this game underway through standoff Chris Byrne. Ireland coming off the back with a 36-4 defeat by Wales in the opening game. England should really be hot favourites, having won a counter 24-20 against Scotland, first match of this Four Nations series. Both sides showing several changes from the opening game. And it's England with their first set of 6 tackles, trying to drive the ball away from their own 20-metre area. The teams this afternoon, both captained by their respective loose forwards. England with Chris Robinson as captain, and Ireland, Paul Owens, taking charge of their team. And the first penalty of the afternoon goes to England. Referee Stuart Cummings from Widnes, seeing an infringement there in the tackle, giving his instructions out to the teams. And that kick just about finds touch, makes some ground. So England with their first attacking platform. Chance for a quick tap spoiled. Ball bouncing off the referee. It's Mike Smith drives into his opponent number, Danny Lyons. Lyons away quick from marker, but couldn't make the tackle as Jody Moran held down. Hooker Martin Keenan all over him, and England moving the ball to the right. Robinson shrugs off several tackles, brought back on the inside. And England again going right. Options both sides. And England on the last tackle, but it looks like an injury's been sustained. Scrum half Richard Thompson, a try scorer in the game against Scotland last week, needing attention. And this stoppage giving Ireland a chance to regroup. England's first attack had taken them virtually the length of the field, also with the help of a penalty, but now stopped just 3 or 4 metres from the Ireland line. For Thompson to have to go off, and England setting themselves up for a move on the 5th tackle, that ball coming back. But Robinson immediately smothered by 3 or 4 Irish tacklers, and Ireland defending well as England put on a set play and had a chance for their first attempt in possession to clear their own lines. Well, Lyons came short for that ball. And the referee pinning England for offside. England up too quick. McElhatton running away from acting halfback himself, catching the defence napping as he laid that ball off to Alan Bond. England had encroached. So both sides getting a penalty in the first set of 6. And Ireland now up to halfway. Liam Horrigan taking that crash ball and immediately being caught by the England tacklers 10 metres inside the England half. Lyons, again making good ground, the two Ireland props. And Ireland moving the ball for the first time. Well, eventually that's gone into touch. Mike Gowdy spilling the ball on the Ireland side. Devery running back towards the pack. 20 metres from England's line. Alan Bond can't break the tackles. But Ireland look to be setting themselves for something on their right flank. McElhatton onto Byrne. And Byrne looking to get the ball away and does. McElhatton moves it again. But England with plenty of defence across. And Lyons just 4 or 5 metres short. Plenty of work so far from this Irish prop. McElhatton again. Well, I think if he'd have moved that, they had a 3-2. Tried to dummy to himself, but the referee not calling held, and Ireland still keep it moving. Mike O'Connor taking a short ball, coming to ground about a metre out on the last tackle. Byrne, a grubber kick. That's well fielded. Simon Baker coming in field to field that ball. And Ireland driving him back behind the line, but he did well, the winger, to come inside, cover the kick. Well, not a great dropout from England. Chris Byrne picking it up, laying the ball off. Gavin Baker driving it in. And Adrian Porter taking play again, up to about a metre from the line. Good pressure from Ireland. The ball coming right. Dropped off for Mike O'Connor, but he can't make any progress as the defence moves up to smother him. Again, McElhatton caught in possession when it might have been better advised to move the ball. Byrne, short pass to the prop forward, Horrigan. And a scrambled kick, which England look to have cleaned up, and they have. That's been handed over. So England surviving 2 sets of 6 tackles right on their own line, and now a chance to clear the lines again. Chris Olbrey running well, taking play 10 metres from his posts. England moving to the short side. Spilled in midfield, and Ireland have come up with it. England were moving that ball well, and at the play of the ball, England again offside. Stuart Key away from his mark a little bit too quickly. And will Ireland take the first shot at goal? It looks like they're going to. Ian Devery has signalled that he wants to take a shot at goal from about 40 metres. So Devery finally set, taking plenty of time to get his tee ready for the kick and a chance to put Ireland ahead after just about 10 minutes of this game. Right-footed kicker steps up. And that one looks pretty straight. And the touch judges raise the flag, so Ireland go into a 2-0 lead, which you have to say has been deserved. They've had most of the pressure after that early England attack. Getting a penalty there for offside at the play the ball, and Ian Devery putting them ahead 2-0. Short kick-off by England, not paying dividends. Lyons down quickly. Half fumbled the ball, but recovered well. Recovered his ground. So Bond taking play 10 metres from halfway, struggling to get up. Did just enough to attract the referee's attention. A bit of a face-off. All ends with a handshake. And Mr. Cummins just warning England that he's had to penalise them a couple of times now for offences at the play the ball. Says that was a knee in the back. From England number 12, Matt Child. And once again, Ireland get a great chance to set up a position deep in the England half. Martin Keenan to take this tap. Misses the dummy runner. And sends his winger in to set up a position. McElhatton looking for a pass out wide. Didn't think there was one on, took it on himself. Certainly adventurous, the Irish scrum half, taking 2 or 3 balls on himself, looking for a gap. And the England defence again going to be tested. A couple more tackles in this sequence. And the referee raises his hand. Well, England quickly out there in the tackle. The referee says that was fine. Said the ball had been played, that'll be a handover. So the England defence doing just enough to keep Ireland at bay and keeping the score at 2-0. Well, that's a big hit. I think the penalty is going to be for the follow-up flop rather than the tackle. The tackle was a superb one. And if Ireland can keep that kind of approach up, I think the English forwards will know they've been in the game at the end. As that kick spirals into touch, doesn't really take England too far forward. Swarming defence again, stopping England from making too much ground. Child drives in. That's a good run from the England second rower, taking play 8 to 9 metres outside his 20-metre area. A lovely ball from Child inside, and England opening play out for the first time. We've got a 2-1 on the right-hand side. Excellent pass to Simon Baker, cutting inside the 20-metre line. Good break from Nick Simpson, who's a scourge of the Scots in the week. And now England a chance to move it left. Good hands from the England team. And that's going to be the first try of the game to Dean Purtill, put in by that inside pass from John Brennan after England had moved the ball left. The first break made by Simpson on the right-hand side, opened up the Irish defence, and England with quick hands got it over to this left-hand flank. The incision made by Brennan, and he turned the ball inside for Purtill to go in for the first try and give England the lead 4 points to 2. So England from off Richard Thompson. Chance to improve that try. Scored a try and 2 goals against Scotland. Looking to register his 10th point in the championship, with this his first attempt in this game. But that one, I'm afraid, to the left of the posts, so England leading by 4 points to 2. Ireland restart. Chris Byrne with a deep kick. And one thing that should affect both sides today is the hot weather. The sun's certainly blazing down on Naughton Park as we come to the end of the domestic season. And both teams will have access to unlimited substitutions this afternoon. Ireland already having made their first. Paul O'Brien on the right wing. And the second penalty for a knee in the back in a tackle gives England the chance to clear that. Not a very good kick, unfortunately. In touch almost directly opposite where the offence occurred. Excellent tackle from Paul Owens, the Ireland captain. Shoulder into the midriff, bringing the England prop down. Simpson again causing a few problems on the right hand side for the Irish defence, standing in the tackle. Last tackle, and will England be looking for a kick to put Ireland under pressure? It's certainly a high one. And that'll be killed. It is. England's John Brennan getting up to catch the ball, but Ireland all around him in defence on the last tackle, forcing him to turn the ball over. Excellent break by Liam Horrigan. Certainly working this afternoon. Good step inside, made 15 yards comfortably towards halfway. So Ireland just about on the halfway line, taking the ball to their left. Owens on the short ball in midfield. Took that well from Byrne, looking to unload in the tackle. England doing enough to put him off. And that'll be Ireland's turn to kick. Byrne sending that one down towards fullback Purtill, scorer of the first try. And he runs the ball up towards his own 20-metre line. Brennan in off the wing, escapes one tackle. And gets that one away to Simpson, who's got round the outside. But good chasing back by the Ireland cover. And Simpson looks to have knocked on in the tackle. Well, Simpson's certainly a handful down that right flank. A big centre, got round the outside there, but the Irish cover coming across, collared him from behind, and he knocked on as he went down in the tackle. So Ireland just inside the England half. Should be coming up with possession from this scrum. It's turned right round, but they do. The dust clouds coming up as Porter scragged in that tackle. Run around move in midfield, but a bit slow as Devery came up in support from fullback. A laboured move from Ireland, doing Devery no favours. Byrne, hands off one. Can't get away from Jody Moran. Owens Excellent run from acting halfback, taking his team forward again. The Irish captain. Keenagan, a kick over the top. That's good covering again by the England fullback, Dean Purtell. Fielding the kicks with some confidence this afternoon. Struggles to his feet. The English forward so far in this set not making too much impression, as Thompson goes for a break on his own. He's taking everything at first receiver, Richard Thompson, feeding his forwards. The referee chastises Liam Horrigan as his fellow prop Danny Lyons heads for the touchline. Horrigan's tackle a little too heavy on Richard Thompson as the England scrum half looked for an opening himself. And England are going to tap this one. Not surprising, last couple of kicks to touch haven't really made them any ground. As Moran drives it 10 metres inside the Ireland half. Matt Child caught in a two-man tackle. Andy Hurst lays that one back for Mike Smith, who gets a good pass away in the tackle. A chance for Hurst to go himself. And the hooker, a wild pass inside. Knocked on by Thompson. A little bit of afters. One of the Irish players followed through with a tackle, but the referee's going to play for the first offence, which is the knock-on from England. Well, the referee, so that was a forward pass. So Ireland wasting the chance to get out of their own half. First tackle offence will be something the coach will be furious about. There's plenty of instructions coming out to the teams to play out their sets of 6. Certainly on a testing day like today, turning over possession will not do sides any favours at all. As England, through Simpson, bursting into the Ireland 20-metre area. Moran through one tackle. That's a good drive by the England prop forward. England now just 6 or 7 metres from the line. Hurst on to Thompson. Lovely reverse pass to Simpson. Could have done with someone alongside him. As he was going down in that tackle, could have got the ball away. Thompson again. Hurst goes himself from acting half. Held up a metre short on the last tackle. And as the captain got over, the referee says not, so that's a handover. Chris Robinson making a dive for glory there on the last tackle. Ireland holding him up. And Richard Armstrong goes for a gallop to clear his lines. Well, England keeping it close to the ruck on that attack. They've shown when they move it quickly, they can get through this Irish defence. Another good bustling run from Horrigan. Byrne never really looked with that pass. I'm sure his captain will have a word about that. He was looking at the men coming forward, just flipped the pass up. Owens didn't seem prepared for it. And again, a first tackle offence, and Ireland come up with it. A poor knock on, I'm afraid, from England, just as they'd got organised. From that scrum, a chance to put some pressure on. Nick Simpson penalised at that play the ball. striking out, not on the mark. So England compounding the error of that mistake from the scrum, giving a penalty away. Horrigan drives it in, makes 3 or 4 more yards in the tackle. Put down by Stuart Key. Owens running strongly again. Certainly been the most effective of the Irish forwards going forward, looking for the gap on the move. O'Brien coughs that one up in the tackle, and England get a chance to come away. Robinson held just outside the 20-metre area. Big hit on Moran from Horrigan. That one not played properly, so a penalty to Ireland and possibly a chance to level the score. This one pretty straight. Already kicked one from much further out than this. That was a straight shot, which he knocked over. That was certainly a big tackle by the Irish prop forward. He's put in 1 or 2 of those. So 26 minutes gone in this first half. England leading by 4 points to 2, courtesy of that Dean Purtell try. But Ian Devery, who's already kicked 1 penalty, now with a chance to level the score. Plenty of water coming on for the Irish team in this break in play, and I'm sure the players need it. That one again looks good. And the touch judges confirm it, so the score's tied up. 2 Devery penalties, giving Ireland 4. O'Brien, away from acting half-back, slips his man, takes play 3 or 4 metres further forward. That penalty should give Ireland some heart. England has looked as though they was getting on top, but having committed a couple of mistakes in the middle of the field and given a penalty away. Ireland back in the game with a good shout. That was another good run from Owens. Seems to have hurt himself going down this time, and his absence would certainly be a blow should he require some treatment. Happily, Owens able to play that ball, and Ireland in midfield. Big second rower O'Connor taking play into the England half. Again, Ireland come right. That one spilled, and England should come up with it, and they do. Chris Olbury snapping up that chance after it had been knocked on by Mike Gowdy. Thompson onto Stuart Key. And each time from each play of the ball, it's the pairing, Andy Hurst and Thompson, getting England moving each time. Hurst in acting half-back. Captain Robinson taking play forward. Slightly shovelled past there. Hurst going himself. Spotted the markers were slow. Takes play up to the Irish 20. Keane acting half-back. And Thompson looks up with the kick. England coming up with it again. And if they can keep the ball alive. Thompson caught in the tackle, but throws the ball out. And that was unfortunate. Simpson tried to get the full-back Purtell round on the run round from that last tackle. He just couldn't hold the pass. and that should be a turnover. So Ireland progressing up the centre of the field, now a chance to move it wider. O'Connor can't bounce off the tacklers. Robinson and Keane together. Byrne done with the short pass, breaks away from 2 tackles well and chips over for himself to chase. Thompson covering well, but his pass not a great one. That one's put Purcell under pressure, and great chasing by Keenigan, bringing the England full-back down. And Baker dragged towards touch, and that's great defence from Ireland on both occasions. Keenigan's chase to bring the full-back down, and the players getting across to tackle Simon Baker into touch. Well, Ireland with plenty of men out. That pass slightly behind, but O'Brien cuts in off the wing. The mazy run takes him into the England 20-metre area. Owens. And that is going to be Ireland's first try. It is. Owens' pass looks to have sent in Adrian Porter. So just about 5 minutes from half time, and Ireland registering their first try. A reward for the good defensive play earlier, setting up that position. The ball moves speedily to the left, where Richard Armstrong, in fact, was the player who crossed, taking a short pass from Paul Owens to beat 2 England defenders and score wide out on the left-hand side. Devery from out close to the touchline, successful with 2 penalties, has given that one every chance, but just fades to the left of the posts. But Ireland now leading by 8 points to 4, courtesy of that Richard Armstrong try. England this time favouring the long kick-off. That ball bobbling about on the Irish line, taking an eternity to pick it up. But eventually O'Brien comes up with it and tackled 6 or 7 metres from his own line. Owens, excellent run up to the 20-metre line, forcing his way out of tackles, leading by example once again. Well, Ireland have certainly come back well into this game. There looked a period midway through the first half when England had started to dominate, but now Ireland with that 4-point cushion are looking to have every confidence in their own ability. Half break by Byrne, again gets the ball free. It's been a feature of Ireland's play that they've tried to keep the ball alive. O'Connor up to halfway. Paul Owens punting that one downfield for his team to chase. Mike Gowdy, the first player there. Brings the England fullback Dean Purtle down. Well, the good work ruined, I'm afraid. Hanging on in the tackle, not allowing the England fullback to get up and play the ball. And his kick gaining England an easy 20 metres. Hurst onto halfway. And now Moran with a good step inside through Gowdy's tackle. A good 10 metres from the England prop. Hurst onto Thompson. That looks high and the referee spotted it. The Irish player quick to acknowledge the fact. Chris Olbury stopped by a high tackle. England going for touch and position. That one midway between the 10 metre line and Ireland's 20 metre area. First drive for Mike Smith. And now Moran coming around on the outside. Good tackle from O'Connor over the top. Bond underneath. Hurst changes direction, but the runners weren't with him. Stuart Key held 10 metres short. England's best position for some time. Robinson breaks one tackle, going for the line himself. Mr. Cummins checks with his line judges and gives the try. And Chris Robinson, the England captain, has brought them level with a powerful run. Put back on the inside by Richard Thompson's pass. The Irish defence not quick enough to cover, and Robinson striding through for the equalising score. Richard Thompson slightly closer to the post than he was for his first attempt. Chance to put England in front right on half time. Strikes that one better, and it's straight between the posts. So England now leading by 10 points to 8. Burns' kick goes into touch on the left hand side. England happy to watch it. They should come up with possession from this feed. But that's a good drive by the Irish set of 6. Excellent play by the Irish forwards to drive England off it. Well picked up by Byrne. Goes himself, but Oldbury's tackle smothers him. Keenigan. Stopped by his opposite number, Andy Hurst. And Bond takes play about 10 metres from the English line. Owens changes direction, gets the ball away again. And the last tackle for Ireland. Byrne picked that one up well, chip over the top. But again, the England fullback, Pirtle, covering as he has done all this first half, in the right position to take that kick and save his team again. Stuart Key takes play up to 20-metre line for the last action of the first half, as referee Stuart Cummins calls a halt, with England leading by 10 points to 8. Those tries, Dean Pirtle and Chris Thompson, giving England a 2-point advantage at half time. The England lineup this afternoon: fullback Dean Pirtle, 3/4 number 2 Simon Baker, number 3 Nick Simpson, number 4 Stuart Key, number 5 John Brennan. The halfbacks are 6 Lee Underwood and 7 Richard Thompson, and in the pack number 8 Mike Smith, number 9 Andy Hurst, number 10 Jody Moran. Second rowers 11 Chris Oldbury and 12 Matt Child, and loose forward and captain number 13 Chris Robinson. The substitutes: number 14 Dave Hartill, number 15 Phil Mayall, 16 Neil Hyde and 17 Dan Masters. The Ireland team lines up as follows: fullback number 1 Ian Devery, 2 Richard Armstrong, in the centres number 3 Mike Gowdy and 4 Gavin Baker, and number 5 is Adrian Porter. The halfback combination of 6 Chris Byrne and 7 Craig McElhatton. In the pack, the front row is number 8 Danny Lyons, number 9 Martin Keenigan and number 10 Liam Horrigan. 11 and 12 in the second row are Mike O'Connor and Alan Bold, and the 13 and again captain, loose forward Paul Owens. The Ireland substitutes: number 14 Ben Hughes, 15 Johnny Adrian, 16 Robin Gregg and 17 Paul O'Brien. And England get this second half underway, leading by 10 points to 8. And we'll have to see whether the Irish team goes better in the second half than they did in their first game against Wales. In that match, they only trailed 8-4 at half-time, but ended up losing by 36 points to 4. And both sides should be beginning to tire in this second half after a competitive first half played in perhaps the hottest conditions of the season so far. Alan Bond almost through for the first break. Mike Smith holding down, gives away the first penalty of the second half. Lying on just a little too long after Bond's break to give his defence time to get back. Ireland punish England with another 20 metres. Martin Keenigan to take this tap. Liam Horrigan through the first tackle, consistently through the first tackle in the first half. Adrian Porter was up for that one from the wing. It goes through to Mike O'Connor. And Ireland should be looking to get this one wide. Owens steps away from 2 tackles, just 4 or 5 metres short. And Ireland coming left. It's a long pass from Byrne. Gavin Baker wrapped up, couldn't get his pass away. But Porter goes short and he's in, he's through the tackle. So within a minute of the second half starting, Ireland have regained the lead. Adrian Porter taking play down the short side, stepping through a tackle. Looked like Simon Baker was unable to hold him, and he gives Ireland the lead now by 12 points to 10. Purtle, so from what should be his good side, and give Ireland a 4-point cushion. Start the second half. If he puts this one over, it looks good as soon as he kicked it, and that's right through the middle. A superb kick. Successful with 3 out of 3. Ian Devery. So Ireland back in possession, a real confidence boost at the start of this second half. Devery's excellent conversion. His first of the game. That's going to be a high tackle. Horrigan driving in. One of the English players going above the shoulders. Referee spotting it straight away. And the referee is going to have a word with the England's captain. Chris Robinson called over. And England bringing on Phil Mayle. But Ireland have had all the possession in the second half and a chance to put England under some more pressure. Well, that one not coming off for them at all. Pass from Keenan going nowhere. And now it's England's turn to get a penalty. And Thompson very keen to get on with it. Jody Moran coming up at speed and driving the Irish defence back. Mayle looks like he's gone into dummy half straight away. Mike Smith takes play another 6 or 7 metres further forward. Thompson further out this time, brings the ball back in for Robinson. Good break by the England captain, putting England on the attack. Thompson, short pass to Purtle, he got that ball away well. But I'm afraid that one goes straight to Irish hands, so the England attack coming to nothing. It's Horrigan getting in the way of that pass, gathered it gratefully. That was certainly better stuff from England. The run from Robinson at the heart of the Irish defence, setting up a good position. Owens, that's a good tackle. Tried to step off his left foot. Matt Child put him down well. And Ireland not progressed too far on that set of 6 tackles. As Hughes puts the ball just over halfway. Brennan down the touchline is going to score an excellent try. 2 excellent moves down that touchline, left the Irish defence grasping at thin air to bring England back to 14 points all. So will it be England's turn to go back into the lead? It's been nip and tuck throughout the game. Now standing at 14-all, and Richard Thompson with a chance to put them ahead. One conversion to his name so far. And can he improve Brennan's superb try? The touch should just say that he can. A good effort from the left-hand side from Thompson. So England leading by 16 points to 14. Oldbury taking England outside the 20-metre line. And Brennan seemed to have nothing on when he scored that try, helping out his forwards here. But when he received that kick, that's a good break. Jody Moran up the centre of the field. Two England props. Done really well in this match so far. Both look full of running. Oldbury again turns the ball inside. Matt Child caught on halfway. A new sense of urgency about the England team. They came out lethargic at the start of this half. Simpson chips ahead, follows it up himself, and catches Bond inside the Ireland 20. Porter makes no ground, just goes across field. The tackler's up to meet him. Gavin Baker straightens up and makes 5 or 6. Horrigan, a 4-man reception committee driving back. Unable to get away, and Ireland on the last tackle. Having to look deep. As Byrne chips over the top. That one falling in no man's land. Pirtle up to clean up behind his defensive line. Brennan again escaping the tacklers to make ground. If he'd straightened up, I think he would have been away. Simpson turns that ball back inside. Child. Mike Smith driving it well into the Ireland half. Andy Hurst dummies to his runners and goes for the gap himself. Almost through. Ireland just holding onto his shirt to bring him down. And Thompson kicks for the corner. That's going to have to be played. And the English defence up well. Byrne onto Owens. He's caught in the English defence for the second set of 6 in succession, putting in a big effort in Ireland's half. Ireland trying to use the flanks. That's well picked up. Could have been a costly knock on there. Appeals for a high tackle on Bond as he cut inside. Waved away by the referee. And Horrigan puts a big boot to that one over Brennan's head. Lets that one go to the touchline. But the prop on the last tackle doing the right thing and sending it way downfield. Thompson, lovely break himself. And England wasting that opportunity. And perhaps Gavin Baker could have done a little better as that ball went to ground. Might have been better advised dropping on it and giving Ireland 6 tackles. But the referee says there was no advantage. But Thompson with a smart break in midfield almost opened Ireland up. As the sun goes in for the first time this afternoon and a breeze picks up. Byrne going right. But Stuart Key doing well in that tackle. Wrapping up Robin Gregg. This game certainly swung back and forth. Neither side been able to gain the ascendancy for long. Owens down the short side. Didn't really have much support. And Ireland bringing it back left. Horrigan spins out one tackle. 5 or 6 metres short. And the referee agrees with him that he had the ball knocked away in that tackle. And Ian Devery has signalled that he wants to go for goal. Kicked 2 penalties and a conversion. Just missed the 1 conversion so far. He's taken that ball back a good distance to give himself the appropriate angle. And if he kicks this one, the scores will be tied once again. England currently holding a 16-14 lead. Devery to tie the scores. Seems to push that one across the face, and he has. That's a good drop out. Dave Hartill looks to have gone into the right centre position in place of Nick Simpson. And again, England interfering at the play the ball. So a succession of penalties against them at the moment. And Ireland making the most of these. It's Horrigan again, put into touch. Seems to have assumed the kicking duties. Big prop forward. Horrigan goes down the short side. And Ireland, with all their players lined out to the left. This one goes through the hands. O'Connor straightens up in midfield. Byrne dummies to his left and straightens up, but the defence was across to meet him. The wind now starting to pick up here at Naughton Park. That's an excellent tackle. Matt Child up, stopping Ian Devery. And the last tackle now, Byrne looking for the kick. Stabs that one forward, but to no good effect. And England clean up. So it looks like Phil Mayle. Hartill with his first run. Probably pleased to get a feel of the ball early on. Just come on as a substitute. Good tackling from the Irish forwards. O'Connor and Horrigan in there on Dan Masters. That one turned back inside. The referee says it was forward. Thompson looking back inside for Jody Moran's run. But Mr. Cummings judging that one to have gone forward. So a great position for Ireland, middle of the field, just outside the England 20-metre area. Byrne and fullback Devery discussing a possible move, but that pass not really good enough. As Gowdy takes the ball in, but a great tackle coming in from Hartill, taking his centre Hartill again in quickly, this time on Danny Lyons, but Owens straightening up. Keenan away from dummy half. Hooker looks both ways and goes right. So Horrigan gets the pass away and a chance for Ireland, but that one's spilled. Lovely pass from the front rower as he went down in the tackle. England running away through Purtle. Masters gets play up another 10 metres or so. And Hyde after driving that one away. The ball was played quickly and Ireland offside. So England finally relieving the pressure on themselves. Some good runs out of defence and that penalty. Masters into O'Connor's tackle, 10 metre and half. Neil Hyde taking play forward up to the Irish 20. Thompson, Child. England with a 3-2. But tackle into touch, Simon Baker. England perhaps not moving it quickly enough, and Baker not giving much room to work on the right touch line. Robinson out the pack quickly to make that tackle. Alan Bond almost through. England just getting back to cover. Keenan's pass. Ireland stopped in the middle of the field, but have done well to take play up to halfway. That kick charge down, and Owens picks up. That's been scrubbed clean. So Ireland, a chance for 6 more. Owens taking the chances to play it to himself. Another good run from the captain. Robin Gregg. Can't escape Hartill. And Hartill again, certainly showing some enthusiasm in the tackle since he's come on. As Byrne chips down the touchline, but that one's gone into touch, so that'll be a scrum with England's fee. Some concerning back play about Matt Child, who's limping somewhat gingerly back towards the pack. And England deciding to replace him. His second row partner Chris Oldbury, who went off a little earlier, coming back to rejoin the England 6. Thompson onto Brennan. Does well. Out of 2 or 3 tackles, but his pass, not a good one. That one's going to be called a knock-on. Well, Brennan ruined his good work there. Stepped away, looked to have created an opening. Simon Baker on this right touch line, but the pass was high and behind him, and Baker couldn't take it. And Ireland making a change with O'Connor going off. Johnny Adrian now joining the Ireland pack. Byrne. Good step inside, Adrian. Ireland with everything to their left, moving the ball well. Byrne, long pass over the top, too long in fact. Porter just does well to stop it going into touch. Porter did well to rescue that situation. Now Owens stands in the tackle and gets the ball away. Keenagan driving forward. Ireland on the last tackle. Last kick was ineffective, but this time Burns going for a drop goal. And that seems to have faded to the right of the post. It has. So England have a tap on the 20-metre line. Oldbury taking the first stride from that tap, thrown forward by the Irish defence. Moran driven towards the touchline, needs some help from a colleague. Robinson, look round for support, second time he finds it. Phil Mayle going forward. Hurst taking play into the Ireland half. And the referee penalising Ireland for lifting him up in that tackle. Mr. Cummins signaling that the player was lifted from the ground in the tackle before being dumped. Mayle's tap for Masters to drive in, beats the first tackle. Jody Morant finds the gap, takes play into the Ireland 20. Thompson coming down the short side. Masters again. And the referee calling a player over. Ireland killing the ball in that tackle by lying on. England in a dangerous position. Mr. Cummins chooses not to use the option of the sin bin. England are going to take a tap. The ball being spun wide right. Hartill picks up Purcell on the loop, and now Baker goes through one tackle and going for the corner, just dragged into touch. Determined running from the England winger, Simon Baker. But the Irish defence just crowding him out at the last minute. Well, Ireland spilling that one in midfield, not the position to do it, just 20 metres from their own line. And England launching an attack again. Brennan with another good run. Certainly elusive with some speed, this winger. Hartill caught as soon as he picked the ball up, couldn't get it away. And England have got another penalty. Devery pulling on the man at the tackle. England tapping the last penalty on this occasion. They're going to take a kick to touch. So keeping the pressure on Ireland, obviously fancying their chances for another try. Masters goes for the line himself, hits the corner flag, but the referee says that ball was down before he went into touch, so England's tap move has worked. Masters just came for a short, what looked like a settler, to drive into the defence, but took it down to the right-hand corner, and before the Irish defence could crowd him out, he'd scored in the corner. So Thompson tight to the right-hand touch line. Could give England a significant margin if he puts this one over. At the moment, still trying the goal ahead at 20 points to 14. Struck that one across the face of the posts. So can't improve on Masters' try, but will that try be the one that breaks Ireland's resistance? Coming back off that heavy defeat against Wales, they've competed well so far, but England now 6 points to the good with that damn Masters' try. So Ireland going long from that kick-off, but Oldbury rather signifying the fact that he stepped over the line by stopping. Whether the officials had seen it or not, he may well have got away with it if he'd just run it straight out, but instead stopped running, looked back at the line and gave Mr. Cummins all the help he needed to make that decision. Now Ireland back on the attack. Need to score quickly to give themselves any chance in this game now, with England 6 points to the good. McElhatton, Byrne, Owens. Devery cuts inside. Maybe needed to let that one go to his centre, Gowdy. Keenigan onto Byrne. McElhatton steps away from one tackle. Tries to get it away. Referee says it went back. Byrne again. Dummies. But no way around the outside for Ireland. Now the last tackle. Keenigan, grubber kick. Was he taken out? Referee says not, so England running that one away through Purtill, but the ball had come free in the tackle, and the referee says that'll be a knock-on. So Ireland, we've got should be another set of 6. Adrian held up in midfield. Ireland coming to their left. Byrne takes on the defence himself this time, just 2 or 3 metres short. Keenigan was looking for a short one, but no one was there, and that pass into no man's land collected by England. Moran over the 20-metre line. Good running from the England prop. Robinson had a quieter second half than first. Settled England down with their second try to bring them back into the game. But a careless knock-on by England, putting themselves under pressure. England currently giving Ireland every incentive to come back into the game, gifting them possession. Byrne dummies the inside ball. Gowdy, great tackle by Hartill. O'Brien playing into the England 20-metre area. Keenigan. Horrigan spins away from one tackle. Keenigan looks both ways, looks for a signal. McElhatton, that look forward. That's a good tackle. McElhatton again. Byrne kicks for himself. But Purtill excellently covered once more by the England fullback. Been rock solid on those kicks all afternoon. Now Brennan showing a good step. Masters, a good break. But well brought to ground by Chris Byrne. Hartle. Good step. Gets the ball away to Baker, who straightens up. Alan Bond looks to get a knock in that tackle, just on his arm. And England with a kick downfield. That was just the set of 6 they needed. Under pressure for some time. This is good defence once again from England in the middle of the field. As Ireland trying to spin the ball wide. Owens looking outside him. Gowdy. That's an excellent tackle from Baker. Real commitment from the England right winger there to stop his man Adrian Porter from going down the touchline. Hartle turns, picks up Pirtle, and England now giving Brennan the chance to show his pace on the outside again, and the England wingers away, and this could be the clincher. He's going to go round behind the post for his second try. That's a superb score. John Brennan given just the room he needed, and for the second time showing the Irish defence a clean pair of heels. Well, that should just about seal it for England. Brennan's now shown on 2 occasions he doesn't need much room down that left-hand touchline. Got away from his marker, sped away from the defence, and got in as close to the post as he could to make this kick for Richard Thompson easier than it possibly could have been. England now 10 points to the good, 24-14. Thompson just having a problem getting the ball set. Seems to be just about ready now. This on his good side. And that one is good, say the touch judges. So England now leading by 26 points to 14. Baker, that's a good run. He's had an outstanding game, the England number 2. Plenty of commitment, plenty of fire. That ball going behind Hartle. But the referee giving the knock on. In most of these occasions where the ball's dropped, that tends to be the decision. Some attention for Craig McElhatton before this scrum can form. And Ireland certainly deserve another score. Contributed to a very competitive game. Now seems to be a losing effort with England running that try. But Ireland haven't given it up. Byrne on to Devery, back inside to Byrne, a little bit of room to work. But that was a good tackle from Masters, drove him back, and the ball as well. Keenigan on to Adrian. That's good tackling from England. Robinson and Albury in midfield. Switch to McElhatton. Gets the ball away in the tackle, and Devery straightens up for the posts. Last tackle, Ireland 3 or 4 metres short. McElhatton looks over the top. Well, tried to make the little break himself and forced the pass to Byrne. Byrne took a tackle for his pains without the ball. The Irish team calling for some assistance for their standoff. He'd seen what his half-back partner was trying to go between two men and force a pass out, but the ball never came, and the tackle only served to lay Chris Byrne out. Byrne limps away from that tackle, and England with the turnover. Hartle straight into a tackle from Owens. Masters with a good run. Powerful run up to the 20-metre line. Took some stopping there. Robinson just holds on. But plenty of commitment from the Irish in that tackle. The game may look like a lost cause, but they're certainly not stinting on the tackling. Great short ball. Neil Hyde racing away off that short pass. Defence just about wraps him up, but he covered 60 metres. And the referee calls the game to a halt. England running out winners by 26 points to 14. Finally making the game safe in the latter stages with that try from John Brennan after Ireland had pushed them all the way. But Brennan eventually with his second try of the game late in this second half, sealing it for England. And they run out winners for the second time in this Four Nations Championship over Ireland, 26 points to 14.